Night subscribers, let me y'all ears, man. Your boy Squig is about to get real. All right, I wanna talk to you guys about something that impacts a lot of lives. All right, it's about the stuff that you have to do. It's about accepting your role. I'm not sure if I did a video on this, but this is just gonna be a more updated version of it. All right. So when you're trying to achieve success, you yourself have to understand that in order to achieve success, you have to make sacrifices, whether that's time, whether that's money, resources. You have to understand that. If you do not understand that, you are not ready to achieve success. That's just straight into the point. You could talk to anybody who's ever achieved success, and they will not tell you it was handed to them on a silver platter. I mean, unless you was born into success, then okay. But for those of us that's trying to make it, like, get to success, you have no choice but to accept the fact, listen, I got to sacrifice sleep if possible. I got to sacrifice not eating. Sometimes I got to sacrifice whatever, like time, money, whatever. You have to understand that. When you are a worker, you have to understand that you have to put up with people's BS. There is no questions about that. You have to deal with it. You know why? Because you have a life outside of work that you have to deal with. You have bills that has to get paid. You have stuff that you need, stuff that you want. If you can't take people's BS, then you don't need a job. That's just how it is at the end of the day. Straight cut and dry. You can't deal with their BS, you can't work. If you do not like being told what to do by managers, if you're constantly rebelling against whatever managers tell you to do, you are not ready for a job. Just don't even try. Don't waste people's time. How are you going to sit there and come into, let's just say my place and tell me what you are and not going to do? No, it don't work like that. You go into somebody else's establishment seeking employment, you have to follow their rules, whether you like it or not. Deal with it. If you are a manager, you have to deal with the fact that all your associates, all your workers, all of your friends, whatever, are not going to like the decisions you make. It just won't happen. That means you're trying to please everybody, and we all know what happens when you try to please everybody. It's impossible, first of all. But when you're a manager, you got to learn that, straight from the rip. You can't please everybody. You're going to make hard decisions that people are not going to like. But they will respect you for that eventually. They ain't going to like you, but they're going to respect you. Or even if they don't respect you, not your problem. You have a job to do just like they got a job to do. You have to understand that if you don't want to, you have to understand that you have to go to work. I mean, that sums up itself, all in one thing. If you don't work, you don't get money. You don't get money, you can't do stuff. That's just how it is. When you are married, you have to understand that everything is not it's not about you no more. It's about us. It's about we together. What can we do to make this marriage better? What can we do to help improve ourselves as a couple, as a family, as a unit? Not what can I do? Yes, eventually you work on yourself. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying the first things first, you have to work on the marriage. Find out, okay, if you're having issues, find out what's causing the issues. Okay, well, maybe I can adjust this. So you're still working on yourself, but you're also working on the marriage as well. You get what I'm saying? It's not about you no more. When it's a marriage, you have to think about the other person. Okay, if I do this, how is it going to affect this person? It's not just, oh, I'm going to do this and just boom, But then when the person gets mad at what you did, oh, well, I didn't know this was going to happen. Well, you probably should have sat down and thought about it before you just did it. It's not about you. And that's just not that's just not about, well, if you're in a marriage. That's if you're in a relationship too. It doesn't really matter. When you have kids, you have to understand that your kids come first. Most of the decisions you made before you had kids are done. That's just what it is. Kids need stuff, whether it's diapers, clothes, shoes, food, snacks. Well, okay, they don't need snacks, but the other stuff I said they need. They need a roof over their heads. They was not asked to be born. You got in the bed, you spread your legs, you shot the stuff inside of her. Everybody knows the consequences of having sex. Plain and simple. So For those of us that want to be good parents, you have to do that stuff. There is no questions about that. Now, I'm not saying if you're a bad parent or whatever, then look, you sorry anyway. But for those of us that want to be good parents, you have to do that stuff. You have to make sacrifices for your kids sometimes. That's just how it, that's just how it works when you make that decision to have kids. If you are, like, if you're a worker, like, if you are a person with just one income, all right, like, you have to accept the fact that you can't just call out whenever you feel like it. Like, if it, like me right now in my current situation, I'm the sole provider, well, income wise, for my family. I can't sit there and be like, oh, well, I feel like calling out from work today. Like, I can do that, yes. Like, if I got time to cover it or whatever. But if I know for a fact I ain't got time to cover it, look, get your butt up, get in the shower, or not, and go to work. Like, you have to do it. That's what you have to do as a sole provider. If you stay at home, you have to realize that your job is to take care of the house. Whatever job, house-related duties there is, that's your job to take care of it. Don't complain. I mean, everybody complains from time to time, but about all the other categories that I just said, when you have a job to do, you have to get it done. That's the whole point of this video. You have to do it. Yes, you can complain. Yes, you can gripe. Yes, you can moan. You can cry and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you suck it up and you deal with it. That's life. That's what it is. So I felt like I had to get that off my chest, because sometimes a lot of people don't understand the stuff that you have to do compared to the stuff that you want to do. Like me, I have to achieve success. I don't want to achieve it. I have to achieve it, because that's my goal for me and my family, for us to get a better life. That's why I'm doing this YouTube stuff, to help my family out, to also, like, inspire you guys as well. Like, help make better decisions. That's why I'm doing all of this, because I have to, not because I want to. So I hope you guys took something from this video. If y'all did, man, like, share, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Till my next video, my nice subscribers. Deuces.